Police have held a press conference in Port Macquarie relating to a series of raids on 3 properties in and around the town of Laurelton on the mid-north coast. Police were draining a septic tank at a property at Bonny Hills, while the premises rented by an elderly couple was searched for at least 24 hours, items removed, and their business premises in Laurelton, which apparently is a pawn shop, has also been raided. And this was part of what Superintendent Paul Feehan had to say about 30 minutes ago.
Don't describe it as a major breakthrough. This is a line of inquiry that we are taking as part of the normal investigation phase for an investigation of this nature.
What can you tell us about what's happened at that house at Bonny Hills this morning?
I won't be going into any of the operational activities of the investigation, but forensic examinations will continue at those premises.
Was anything removed from either property?
A number of items have been taken from both premises and they'll be forensically examined as part of a normal police investigation.
And if anyone has been charged, where's that up to?
Look, no person has been charged. A number of people have been spoken to as part of this phase of the investigation. Again, I won't discuss operational activities, but at this point in time, I confirm no person has been charged.
Have you had contact with Building Materials family and their reaction as to these developments?
The family have been updated in regards to these developments, and they'll continually be updated as part of the normal advice back to them as to the progress of the investigation.
You said if there's any link between the people's property and Building Materials' biological family?
I won't make any comment in regards to that question. Can I just say that this is an active investigation? If any person out there has any information, to please contact Crime Stoppers on 1800 333 000 and provide that information. Thank you.
Have resources been brought in to help with the developments?
Look, additional resources have been provided in relation to the searching. Specialist police have attended, and that's normal phase for an investigation of this type.
Can you confirm that this is now being treated as an abduction and that homicide is leading the investigation?
Look, we won't be speculating at this point in time. The investigators and analysts remain dedicated to the task of determining what occurred to young William on that day.
And is homicide leading the charge on this?
Yeah, homicide and the State Crime Command are involved in the investigation, in the joint investigation phase.
Are they leading it?
Yes, they are.
Have you ruled out that he didn't just simply wander off?
No, we're not ruling out anything at this point in time. We have maintained that view from the beginning, but we'll continue to go through all aspects of investigation and look at any possible scenario.
So there was a lot of police speak there from Superintendent Paul Feehan, a lot of police speak, but it is clearly a murder investigation with homicide not only involved, but in charge. They are leading the investigation, which is what one reporter was able to glean from Paul Feehan. But let's sift through what we know has been uncovered from the properties, the connection between the properties, and start joining some dots here. Channel 9 reporter Chris O'Keefe is there. He joins me on the line right now. Chris, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Chris.
So just firstly, join the dots in terms of the properties. You've got a pawn shop, you've got the business owners of the pawn shop tenanting or leasing or renting a premises which has also been raided, and then a third property. What are the connections?
The moment is a couple that are in their 60s. They have been married for a little over a decade. They rent a property in a place just north of Kendall where William was last seen. That property was raided yesterday. At the moment, they are using a backhoe to dig up the backyard of that house. Now, yesterday, 3 cars were impounded at that property, and a septic tank today was also drained by a pump. At the same time as that raid took place yesterday, police also raided a pawnbroker business in Laurelton. Now, that business is owned by the couple who live in the Bonny Hills home. In that property, they seized a number of items. They seized computers as well as a single bed mattress. Police have told me that all those items are now undergoing urgent forensic examination. They have fast-tracked those examinations to see if they can now look to close in on whoever this may be. Interestingly, though, and it is important to note that the elderly couple was spoken to at length yesterday and well into the night. No one was charged and no one was formally arrested. They are staying with friends and family at the moment. their house is still a crime scene. A Laurelton caravan park was also searched yesterday. The link to that is unknown at this stage.
Okay, so we don't know the link to the caravan park. Now, Kendallwood, the property that is being raided, this is very, very close to where he disappeared. How close?
It's about 20 kilometres, so it'd be a 15-minute drive from Bonny Hills to Kendall.
Okay.
There is, at this stage, no obvious link between the elderly couple and William Tyrrell's family. It is unknown at this stage how, if at all, they are linked or related. We have been told that there are no. I've been told that they're not related by family. They're not related by blood. Certainly, it is still very much ongoing, as the superintendent said. It is an active investigation. The neighbours that we spoke to around the Bonny Hills home were quite flabbergasted. They said that he's quite a good gentleman. The couple are very, very good to all the people around the area, and they really were quite staggered about what happened yesterday. But they knew it was serious by the amount of police that were arrived. It wasn't just, a couple of country police officers. This was homicide squad detectives from Sydney. We've also seen a couple of detectives from the sex crime squad also come up from Sydney to investigate this. And business owners around Laurelton were also staggered. They said that the forensic police were in there for 5-6 hours yesterday. So police obviously, they need warrants to execute this type of activity. So they have evidence of some description that they think adds up.
Okay. The couple, the 60-year-old couple, or in their 60s, do they have their own children?
They do.
Right.
They are in the care of grandchildren at the moment. They take care of their grandchildren. It is a situation whereby at this stage it's very hard to go into personal aspects of people's lives when they haven't been charged with anything. So while their business...
Oh, we've just lost you there, Chris.
No.
Could you just move from where you are just to try and get connection to that mobile phone? No, we've lost him. However, I think we've kind of got through the questions I wanted to put to Chris O'Keefe from Channel 9. There's not much else to report. And there are reports that there's still extensive searches going on in bushland outside of the 3 properties that we've just referred to. So there you go. We will keep you right across that story, which is developing in and around Laurelton